So, Heat 9 of the race 9 of the meeting. Minimax Heat 3, Groups A and C. Let's have a look at the starting grid for this one. Maxime Becker will have Felipe Perez alongside on the front row with Denny Babacek and Nikita Zhubimov on row 2. Carlos Nees and Mats van Rooyen, row 3. Ryan Vivers and Gabriel Hoffmann, row 4 with James Roberts and Nick Veselic running at the top 10. Jiri Lever, Boris Verhaag, Majus Mazinas, Christoph Killer, Daniel Minto, Oliver Warner, Prokor Sokolotsev, Eason Seng, Gleb Solovov, Uros Bogdanic and Joachim Otterson rounding out the 21-strong grid. So again, for the Minimax drivers, it's a very, very short affair on the racetrack. 7 minutes plus an additional lap for each of the 6 heats. So far, we've had 2 different winners, 2 different races. So, Great Britain have chalked up a win, and so have the Netherlands. Could we see possibly a 3rd and a 4th different nationality take the win in the Minimax class over the next 2 heats? Well, you'll have to stick with us because we are going to find out on that front. So the drivers now making their way down towards the right-hand sweeper here at turn number 10. So the 21 Minimax drivers about to go into the tram lines. Out of the final corner. Revs rise. Are we ready? Are we steady? It's going to be a full start to kickstart the weekend of the afternoon. And oh, moment there for the 185. Majus Mazinas going backwards and spinning around just past the start-finish line. This will give the Lithuanian due to start on the inside of row number 7 an opportunity to get himself back into position. So the red light's reignited as the amber flashing lights indicating the full stop. The second one so far today has now been extinguished. So under starters orders for the second time in Heat 3 for Minimax. Out of the final corner, into the tram lines we go. Revs rise, are we ready, are we steady? Lights are out second time, we are underway, and a good start from Maxime Becker. Denny Babacek following behind. Carlos Nees looks to have gotten up into 3rd position. Someone's gone very wide, that was Babacek. Carlos Nees now up into what will be 2nd. Someone has managed to go ahead, because Maxime Becker has dropped out of the lead of the race. I think it might be Denny Babicek that's leading as the field makes its way through turn 6. It's 3 abreast coming out of turn 6 onto the Europolan. So through into the right-hand sweeper here at turn 8. It's getting a bit too close for comfort. One round the outside and one round the inside of Maxime Becker. And that was Mats van Rooyen who did a great move round the outside of the turn 8 sweeper on Maxime Becker, who really is coming under pressure from those behind. Leading the way, it is Denny Babicek in the 1-4-0. He leads by just 1.1 seconds. Carlos Nies in second, Gabriel Hofman in third, Felipe Reyes representing the Netherlands in P4. Boris Verhaag in the 133, also representing the Netherlands, completes the top 5 positions. Mats van Rooyen now back into 6. Good move there from Gabriel Hofman to get up the inside of Carlos Nies, who then shuts the door, not allowing Felipe Reyes to get through out of turn 6. Boris Verhaag has now caught them up. And there is a little bit of a squabble behind. That is being led by, I believe that is Mats van Rooyen. We have Nikita Zhubimov from Estonia. Nik Briselic also behind. A little bit of a run wide coming out of turn 10 from Maxime Becker. Loses a bit of time. Up the inside of Carlos Nies goes Felipe Reyes. And up the inside also goes Boris Verhaag. Gabriel Hofman is a bit clear away from them. Across the line, a bit side by side, just a bit further back. And there are definitely some position changes because Felipe Reyes repasses Boris Verhaag, who got up into third place. Carlos Nies, the 106 representing Germany, is sticking with them, but Mats van Rooyen is leading the cavalry behind and is closing. Denny Babicek in clear air is the fastest one out there. 1 minute, 0.198 seconds for the 140. As a little bit of a late move there from Felipe Reyes up the inside of Gabriel Hofman to take second position. Hofman tries to return the favour through turn 10. 195, unable to make that move through. And has got Boris Verhaag right on the rear bumper. Carlos Nies is staying with him. Verhaag up the inside of Hofman through turn 12. Hofman looking for the inside line, coming through the exit of the corner. Can't get through, so slots back in behind. Remains in fourth for the minute. Maxime Becker now starting to move back up the order. Gabriel Hofman up the inside through turn 2 on Boris Verhaag to retake third position. And whilst they've all been battling, well, keep your eyes on the 103. Heat 2 winner, Mats van Rooyen. Oh, bit of a close call there for Gabriel Hofman and Felipe Reyes. Felipe Reyes 2 wheels on the grass off of the Europolan, and he loses multiple positions, and Van Rooyen looking to set it up the inside. Goes one way, then the other, and then there's Zhubimov just behind. So Van Rooyen through, Zhubimov through. Briselic also trying to get through. He's trying to hang it around the outside of turn 9. Can't get through past the 107. We've got Maxime Becker, who now goes up the inside. 184 through turn 10. And moves up back to 8th place. Here's the battle for P2 because Denny Babicek has already gotten away from the rest of the field. And his gap is going to be quite big here, 2.2 seconds. Boris Verhaag and Carlos Nies trying to get through. Verhaag gets through. A little bit of bumping and boring between the two, battling over second position. And Verhaag remains in front for the moment. 2 minutes and 40 seconds, plus an additional lap still to go. Some very close quarter battling here in the Minimax division. Nies looks over his right shoulder. Sees that Mats van Rooyen is not too far behind. He's really doing a great job behind the wheel of the Praga chassis. Not the one that the 103 would normally frequent. 2 minutes and 10 seconds still to go. Denny Babicek making his way down into turn 12, and that is more than a comfortable margin. That is serenely comfortable for the youngster. We've got a 5-second time penalty shown on the Digi flag, and that is for the 184. It's the driver in 9th position, Briselic. Oh, it's really getting close here. Boris Verhaag gets muscled out of the way by Gabriel Hofmann. Carlos Nies has just dropped back behind. The driver that is now in third place, that's Mats van Rooyen. Nikita Zhubimov now up into fifth place. Maxime Becker has made some good moves. He's up into seventh position now. At the top 10, it's Felipe Reyes, Bruselic and Juri Levar, but the driver in ninth place. Right, now I understand why. The 184 was actually a completely broke formation with all four wheels out of the tram lines and gets a 5-second penalty. Gabriel Hofmann has some breathing space as Mats van Rooyen signals to Boris Verhaag, come on, work with me. Verhaag has other ideas and goes up the inside through turn 12. Van Rooyen gets the cut back. Felipe Reyes, a look at the train behind. Carlos Nies, and there's Maxime Becker. And they're nearly making it 3 wide, coming into turns 1 and 2. And there's also some further penalties coming the way of other drivers. Mats van Rooyen gets forced out, and he nearly comes back. He has no alternative but to use the runoff area, having been forced wide a little bit, as there were 5 of them trying to squabble over the same bit of tarmac. Some further penalties coming through now. Boris Verhaag, 3-second time penalty for 2 wheels out of the tram lines. The same for the 141 of Krzysztof Killer from the Czech Republic, and also the 149 of Gleb Solovov from Kyrgyzstan. It's still very much battle lines being drawn because Carlos Nies is having to fight quite significantly here. Gabriel Hofmann is pulled away from Zhubimov and Verhaag. A bit of a mistake coming out of turn number 12 by one of the drivers. Last lap board is out. And it was Juri Levar that didn't manage to get through. Oh, Maxime Becker wide and 360. Off onto the grass. He's got to rejoin at the same part on the circuit, and those rear tyres are not getting any purchase on that very, very damp grass. So our race lead at the moment, Denny Babicek making his way through into turn 9 for what's going to be the final time. 3 more corners to go, including the next right-hander coming down here at turn 10. A bit further back, Nikita Zhubimov and Boris Verhaag squabbling over third place as Gabriel Hofmann is free and clear from these two. Verhaag trying to pit it around the outside, and he has no chance to use but the runoff area as they nearly bang sidewalls coming through into turn number 12. Denny Babicek takes the race victory. Gabriel Hofmann takes second, and Nikita Zhubimov is out-dragging Carlos Nies, who capitalise after the little bit of squabbling between Zhubimov and Verhaag in the latter stages of the race. But Denny Babicek winning by nearly 3.8 seconds, whilst everyone behind was squabbling over the scraps over the table. Denny Babicek becomes the 3rd different winner in as many heats, and also the 3rd different nation. So that will make it Great Britain, the Netherlands and the Czech Republic to have each taken a race victory in the heats so far. Still 3 more to go in terms of the heats remaining. So the drivers making their way into the pit lane, and let's have a look at the results. Zdeněk Babicek from the Czech Republic takes the victory by nearly 3.8 seconds ahead of Germany's Gabriel Hofmann. Nikita Zhubimov from Estonia in 3rd. Carlos Nies, Felipe Reyes, Mats van Rooyen, Mažos Mazinas, Juri Levar, Krzysztof Killer and Ryan Rivers running at the top 10. Daniel Minto, James Roberts, Prokor Sokolitsev 13th. Boris Verhaag and Gleb Solovov running at the top 15, with Eason Seng from Chinese Taipei. Nick Bruselic being demoted down to 16th after the braking formation, which gave the 184 a 5-second time penalty. Gleb Solovov, Uros Bogdanic, Joachim Odderson, Oliver Warner and Maxime Becker through that spin, ending up 21st. So just to recap the race itself, it was all quiet on the Western Front, but we did have a full start, and then it was the 185 of Mažos Mazinas from Lithuania that had an unwelcome spin, but we got underway with the second time of asking. And you can see there was a little bit of contact, but then quite clear to see that Brasilic got the 5-second time penalty actually before the lights went out. Maxime Becker definitely having troubles with his Praga chassis underneath him, but then had this great battle between the likes of Felipe Perez, Boris Verhaag, and also Gabriel Hoffmann. Carlos Nees even got his elbows out a little bit going through into turn 2. And it got very, very close indeed with a little bit of a touch between front and rear bumper. Hoffmann then went through again, and then it was 3 wide when Carlos Nees tried to do something about it, but then Mats van Rooyen got through. And then as soon as Gabriel Hoffmann managed to pull away, Van Rooyen and Verhaag were battling. And then this was the moment when Maxime Becker went around. It was 360, slammed the steering wheel, but it was Denny Babacek that took the race victory with a commanding Saturday afternoon casual drive by 3.8 seconds.